Sunday afternoon, the sun's out. It's a beautiful day down here at the beach.
Didn't have to worry about it too much, but there are a lot of guys like Luke.
All right, here goes Marco Mignot, and he's found a nice clean wave. He's going to link together two turns, goes to the air reverse and does that nicely. Just pats the kitty there to make sure that he rides out of that completely and shows the judges he was in total control.
These guys, again, they're the guinea pigs. First guys out there in the heat conditions, as we see. Here goes Alonso.
Yeah, and already we're starting to notice days previous, it's been the lefts where everyone's been looking to get to work. 3 waves ridden so far, all on into the corner here. All rights, Marco Mignot with 2 of them, and Alonso Correa, that's his opener on his backhand. And 2 turns, the second of which was incomplete. He'll be looking to lose that wave before this heat is through. And Chris, back in the day when you were surfing and you had these wave counts, were you keeping score, or were you just waiting for the beach announcer to say, hey, you got 1 left?
You were lucky if the beach announcer even told you. You know, it was kind of up to you. It's one of the fascinating things about today is how much the PA announcers actually communicate with the athletes. As we watch the replay here of Alonso on his backhand, punched up vertically, just came down a little too vertically on that one. Yeah, he had some interesting claims there, and he's looking for another little open face wave right here on a small set, moving in the middle of the bay. Marco, little racetrack here. Couple hits, throws the reverse, a little slower motion than the last one. So we'll see how the judges respond. Opened up with that 5.33, and he's already sitting on a 4.83 as a backup, so not a bad start from Mignot.
Yeah, no, and how easily did he throw that reverse around? I mean, years ago that would have been a futuristic, unheard of move, and we see it now. He got a little bit stuck off the bottom there. The second turn was nice, and then just kicked the tail and spun around and decided to check the time, and he'll see that there's 21.5 minutes remaining in this heat as he makes his way back out to the lineup. Because you'd hope they had an Aussie outlet that he was getting his equipment from once he was here, because flying with 17 boards.
Yep.
Rather you than me. All right, here goes Marco Mignot. This is his 4th wave. His last one came in at a 4. And again, he's, well, he looks a little bit more lively on this one. Got the tail nice and high as he whipped that reverse around. And that was his 3rd manoeuvre. He, I don't know, he looked a little bit sleepy on his last wave. That one he definitely seemed to be far more engaged and had a lot of pep in his step. Unfortunately, couldn't ride out of that last manoeuvre. So that's not going to go into his top 2 either, but staying very lively across the first 10 minutes. It's looking like a slightly tricky hand of conditions being dealt over the coming week, but plenty of swell, hopefully. Yeah,
like you said, picking the eyes out as we see Alonso on his backhand. It's a little challenging right now on your backhand on those little rights. You know, we've seen Marco release the tail a few times, get above the lip on that closeout section. Really impressive to see what he's been able to put together this week. I think this guy's going to be around for a long time. All these guys in round 3. It's a shame that we're going to lose 12 surfers today. Yeah. Because they're all so good. And Alonso is somebody to just definitely keep your eyes on, because his surfing is solid.
Talent on their radar. Here goes Marco Mignot, looking to extend the gap between him and 2nd place. And he's looking lively. Didn't really get his board too vertical at any point on that wave, just those flatter turns. And it was a small wave, so I think he was just kind of having a look and seeing if that wave stood up at all. Alonso's backed it up with a nice one, and I'm sure we'll get the replay to see what he did up the top of that. Still consistently matching that red wetsuit with the red jersey too. I'm a fan of that.
It's interesting, huh? I wonder if they've got a blue one to counteract if it happens. See a little paddle battle right now. Marco trying to get out there and get that priority. Judges have yet to make the call. 12 minutes left to go. It's starting to get to that strategic standpoint, part of the heat.
All right, here's Alonso's last wave, and it was just those 2 turns. So it'll go into his, go close to his top 2. Talk us to the replay of Marco's here, Chris.
Yeah, I think Marco just struggled to get like that high velocity, you know, like his first couple waves, and fumbled there at the end. So don't think this will crack into his top 2.
Yep, easily into it, and we're seeing the pull back shot. Now we get the tight angle, throws the tail high, whips that one around. That was nicely done. He's going to stick with it. Skates through to the inside. He's Huntington hopping. What's he got on the end section? Throws it up vert again, and he's showing some great energy here, which we know the judges like to react to. And as we see behind him, Alonso Correa quickly in and out, decides to pull the pin on that one. And no doubt some of the thinking there was he wanted to maintain priority, so he's not going to give his opponent any chance of overtaking him on the paddle back out. But Marco Mignot definitely getting the better of that exchange with a nice reverse out the back and then tying it together through to the inside with a couple more turns. We'll see a full replay of Correa's wave shortly, I'm sure. But with 7 minutes remaining, here's how Marco Mignot got down to business.
He really did, and this is how you manufacture a score. You know, Marco got up a lot of that speed, whipped into that first reverse, and then had to labor pretty hard to get to this inside section, but it kind of paid off for him. He got a couple little hits, and the judges are going to like that.
That's a leg burner, isn't it?
Yeah, get tired just watching him.
One of Quicksilver's finest, and he's doing a great job with all the surfers with that sticker on their nose. And here goes Marco again. This is a nice looking wave. It's only small, but it's got great shape. And he's stringing some turns together through to the inside. And what was that? Was he playing a harmonica? Was he biting his nails?
He looked a little stressed. It looked like he was looking into his coachers or something. Like, gosh, I thought that was going to give me one more opportunity to blast something. Really beautiful looking wave with the watercolor and the face quality and everything like that, but didn't really allow him to open up with a big reverse or anything like that. So not sure if it's going to make it into his thing. Meanwhile, I think his last score just dropped.
Well, here goes Alonso Correa, and again, just an in and out. And yeah, that last score for Marco Mignot has come in, and it's a 4.9. So it has slightly increased his lead by 0.07. So Alonso Correa is now chasing a 6.46, 4.5 minutes to go. Here's the replay of that one, Chris.
Yeah, beautiful little runner right there. You can see he's generating speed. I love his technique, just getting down the line. He's tagging the lip right and left, but then he was hoping for one more little bang right there, and it just dissolved on him.
I love his body language. All right, here goes Alonso Correa, throws the reverse, and whips that one around.
Tough for Alonso, man. He's just not getting the opportunities he's looking for right now. You could tell he just wants to unleash, but finding nothing to work with at this point. So it's getting a little difficult.
And again, well, here's the last of Alonso. So it was a good-looking wave. He's hammered that turn and went to the reverse there. Wasn't super dynamic or fluid coming out of it. In fact, he dived off his board. So that's, again, just going to be a minor score.
Marco Mignot making it work.
And here's some live action. This is Alonso Correa. He looked right and then decided, you know what, I'm going to stick to my forehand and see if I can't manufacture a score. He's staying very active. This is his 11th wave, and his energy is still great. He's definitely throwing his all at every wave. Even with 2 minutes to go, and he's taken a bit of a pounding so far. He's still looking really positive. I like this.
I just like that he's not quitting. He's not rolling over. The guy is obviously an animal.
Here goes Marco Mignot, looking to see if he can't just close the door on this one. Floats over that first section. Big dredge down, ran things out. And he's happy with that. He's throwing more of his body language, French, Spanish, whatevs. And he's going to make his way back out with a minute to go. And he's feeling pumped after that one. But it's looking like Marco Mignot through to round 4. He'll be psyched on that. We're seeing some fists in the air because he's pretty happy. He's through to round 4 of the World Juniors. And what a little legend. Good on him.